Hello, beauties. So I'm still in the countryside. Um, Still warm. It's actually warmer. It's colder outside. It was -8 last night, and the snow has been falling down the whole night. So you probably can see outside here how it is. It's very rustic house, extremely rustic. Which all needs to be refurbished and redone, and then it's gonna be fabulous. Um, so something what I really wanted to speak about, which is again like an interesting kind of not comparison, but like going in a way perhaps the opposite way of again what we have been thinking, but actually it's really about simplifying things, and it's really about um, coming closer to your true core of being, and this is that the more we evolve and the more we move on and the more we get clarity on our own soul purpose and who we are, the less we actually start, the less we adjust ourselves. And it's a really interesting mm, kind of the way of looking at things. So the way we usually see things as of like, I know who I am and I know what I need, and we look at it from the very external point of view, usually in a way like, okay, I know that these are the restaurants I like, these are like the places I like, this is my aesthetic, um this is like who I am. So we kind of identify ourselves very much through those external doings or actions, or like the work or everything we do, or in the places where we want to be. And that's all fine. But where that non attachment actually comes is really understanding that you can expand your vision, you can expand your way of being, and you're not losing yourself. So, usually, what happens is when we prescribe a very narrow path for ourselves, we're actually very afraid to lose ourselves. And that's why this is like our safety mechanism in some ways. We just kind of want to narrow everything down and create like a very clear identity for ourselves, what we're doing, how we're doing, who we are supposed to be, the places we are, what we eat, etc., in order to have and feel safe. And again, this is again like we need to understand that there is a fine line between really knowing what you want than between actually kind of holding on and creeping on to something. So it's for everyone else, like everyone, each one of you, to really kind of go deeper within your own knowing and really questioning and asking and going deeper and discovering and exploring yourself, like who is the true you, who is the true core being of yourself, and what are the kind of identities and stories and things that you have been attaching to this, which actually you can also let go, and you can really truly expand yourself much more in this life and be more creative. So it's it's much more now about understanding that yes, your core will be the truth, and your core is actually very much knowing what are the values of who you are, and what are the not even beliefs, because beliefs can change, um, and values can change over time as well as we evolve. But you start understanding that there's even like deeper essence in there of your own core, what actually carries through any situation you're in and any person you're talking to, or really all parts of your life. And it's usually actually quite specific in some ways. It's a specific concept, what is important for you, what you really value. what becomes very clear to you that this is what you need to bring into every interaction, every moment, and every situation. However, it doesn't really prescribe the actual situation. So we're accepting the situation, we're accepting the person, but there's a core essence of us who we're always bringing into this. And there's like this core value of us. And this can be also like evaluated, your level there can be evaluated in a way like, so I'm talking about my personal perspective. So I used to adjust myself to every situation, every person. I could be a totally different person. And I know many people who can do that. It's almost like you're an actor of this life taking on those different roles. And we often kind of see it as this new age thing, like, yeah, I can be this, I can be that. Like, there are so many aspects of my being. And actually, now, having like moved further, I really understood that it doesn't have to be like that. I don't actually have to kind of be a different person and sort of losing myself in every situation and with every person. I am me. And the more you actually hold strong in your own being, the more clearer you start understanding like who you are. And this you can evolve over time. So it's not like this is you and this is going to be you for the rest of your life. But again, there is the core essence, which actually, when you start understanding what your core essence is, you actually start looking back and you see that this core essence has always been there, but you might have been ignoring or avoiding that for whatever reason. And you can also feel like this core essence is becoming increasingly important for you to really express in each and every situation. So it really came to me like, now, having been here in this house, which is like, as I said, totally rustic environment, very much kind of out of my comfort zone of what I usually, the places I like, the beauty, the I wouldn't say luxury necessarily, but there's a specific aesthetic, as you know, as I've been talking about this, there's a specific aesthetic I like. And then this time recently has been very interesting, as it has been really pushing me or testing me. Um, like, how important is it for me to like hold on to that external situation? And how can I actually bring it into an internal movement and internal expression? So when beauty is important for me, I don't necessarily have to be in a way that, oh, I can't be in any other environment. It's really like you can see beauty everywhere. But what I realized is I actually really sense that I need to bring beauty through my own being into this place. And there are many ways to do that. So what I felt today, it was really funny. I was kind of just going outside, going to the field, trying to get some fir tree branches for my granny. And I realized, like, you know what? I really want to be beautiful here. Like, I feel like even when I'm here in the total wilderness, in total rustic environments, I can actually still express beauty. I don't have to, again, adjust myself to this wild, messy way of being. I can bring as much beauty in and as much order in with my own expression as I want, because that is one of my core things which I've been ignoring and avoiding for most of my life. That feminine beauty, that ultimate care. And this has been a huge journey for me to kind of go from, really feeling that focus and pull on the masculine side, and the kind of creating with the mind and so on, to moving into that feminine and really taking care of the body and really taking care of the hair and all those kind of things. As of like with body nutrition, that has always been my thing, but really like really focusing on like the beauty aspect of this. And as beauty is one of my values, then I realized like, oh, okay, well, even here, like, I don't actually need to adjust myself and put on a different role as some sort of rustic housewife, but I can actually still come in and really see how can I keep that sovereign core in this situation as well. So again, like, those core expressions of your current being, those become much less like an externally focused, as of this is what you need to have around you, but it becomes more internally expressed, as of you feel like you can create this through yourself. And then over time, it's like the external will actually adjust to this rather than vice versa. So again, like what we have been perhaps doing before is like allowing that external to change our vibration, change our resonance, and we're playing all these different roles. And where we're turning now with this deepening truth is we're turning that around, and we're really focusing on our own core being, and we're allowing that to be the strongest resonance and the strongest vibration, and allowing everything to start changing aligned with our being. So that's our power. This is what Scorpio is talking about: deepening truth, understanding yourself, and really allowing your power to resonate outside. So I hope this message, which is one of the last messages of this journey, supported you in some way or resonated in some way. It's exactly 11:11 as of the duration of the video. So I'm gonna send you a huge hug, big kiss. Have a beautiful Sunday. So perhaps Sunday was, again, like, I didn't even think about it that it's Sunday, but again, like, it was something about shining your light, right? And I will see you tomorrow, and we will talk on Tuesday to wrap up this journey. Have a beautiful Sunday.